Hey guys, I'm just tuning in today because I kind of wanted to touch base on some of the things that I recently talked about in my posts and kind of bring it back to a more like practical method and show you how I specifically apply backpacking hygiene when I'm in the outdoors. And I don't everybody's different and everybody has preferences, so I'm just going to tell you some of the things that are my preference. So I'll kind of just go through the tips. It's not in the same order as I wrote them in the post, but the post definitely has some more thorough explanation behind things. But I'm just going to start with first, the most important thing is making sure that you keep your hands clean, which sounds really obvious and something we've heard our whole lives, but it's especially true when you're outdoors because you don't have as many opportunities to keep your hands clean. And you definitely want to prevent yourself from getting sick on the trail. And so I just always usually bring a hand sanitizer with me. And just make sure that anytime you use the bathroom, you wash your hands with some hand sanitizer, or if you're in the dirt a lot, wash your hands, and before you eat, wash your hands. And when you're sharing food with others, maybe pour it into their hands instead of them having their hands go into your food, because you don't want to be sick on the trail, and that is a no good. We don't want that. So, and then the second thing is, sorry, I have a bunch of stuff down here that I'm going to show you, is what I usually bring and pack with me. So in the thing I talk about, we talk about obviously peeing and pooping in the outdoors, and it's all kind of strange, but you do have to think about it when you're packing. And so one of the most important things to bring is just a little kit and put the kit together. So what my kit looks like is I have this really super lightweight trowel, but it's actually really, really, really good. And in fact, I remember I went backpacking and a bunch of my friends had their own trowels and they were different brands, and all of their trowels broke, but mine is the only one that did not break. So I really recommend this. I think it's called Deuce of Spades, and I linked to it in the blog post. And then I'm not really I don't really bring toilet paper because, well, in the past I used to just when I would need to pee, I would just drip dry, which is lazy of me. And a lot of girls don't like doing that, but I'm just kind of lazy. And some girls like to use pee funnels, and again, I'm kind of lazy, so I don't. I only really use those if I am mountaineering or something and there's not a lot of rock cover or tree cover. Recently, I just discovered the Kula cloth, which is just this little square sanitary kind of cloth that you can pack with you. And I'm starting to grow on this because you can so you would wipe obviously with the inside of the cloth, and then you hook it to your backpack when you're backpacking so it can dry. And obviously this is just for pee, but you can snap it together when you're done and just hook it on the outside of your bag. So you're not wasting toilet paper when you don't need to, and it's really simple. And this would be fine for I would probably use this 3 to 5 days before wanting to really needing to wash it, I guess. And then when you get home, you just wash it. So this is something that I'm starting to bring with me. It's super light. And then otherwise, I do always bring wipies because I use these for all different kinds of things. Obviously, if you don't go pee and you need something to wipe with, this is what I would wipe with. And then I'll talk about other ways that I use the wet wipes to just staying fresh on the trail. But as far as, don't forget, whenever you're going to the bathroom outdoors, if you have to poop, dig a hole 6 to 8 inches deep and at least 200 feet away from any trails, campsites, or water. Same with peeing, 200 feet away from any trails, campsites, or water. And it's all very fun stuff to talk about. But basically, so what my kit looks like is I always have one Ziploc baggie. This is for all your trash. It doesn't matter if you have biodegradable wipes or non-biodegradable wipes or toilet paper, whatever. Everything gets packed out. So you'll want to put that in your Ziploc. And for me, I don't really like walking around with all that stuff hey guys, going to the bathroom. So I also have a stuff sack. It's just a lightweight little bag, and I usually keep my entire kit inside of the stuff sack. And anytime that I need to go, I just grab it and take it with me. And ladies, if you're on your period, it seems like it would be extra complicated, but literally it's not. It's just kind of more annoying. So some people like to use the little cups, period cups for it, but I don't really like them. I continue to use tampons. And what I do is the same thing. I keep all of my stuff in this one bag, and I bring this whole thing with me anytime I go to the bathroom. So that's kind of how I manage things. And you just put any of your trash inside your Ziploc bag. And you might want to bring, like, if it's a longer trip, maybe like 2 Ziploc bags or something, and you can leave it inside of here. And then I just leave this kit, like this bathroom kit, on the side of my bag because I have like little cup holder pockets. So I'll keep this in one side so it's easy access. And then the Kula cloth on the outside of the bag. So, and then as far as other reasons and ways to stay fresh on the trail, I'm actually like one of those people who really super embraces the, like, I'm outdoors, I'm gonna smell, that's okay. I don't really bathe. Like at night, I try to, like, I feel like being smelly is a superpower because I don't want bears to think I smell delicious or any animals to think I smell delicious. So I usually go to bed just smelling as I am. But what I like to do is in the mornings is I'll get one wet wipe, and I first like to wash my face, just like wipe it off from the sweat and stuff that, you know, is from the day before, and then maybe your pits, and then like the rest of your body. Just freshen up real quick with one wipe, and you can put that wipe in your bag and change underwear every day. Change underwear every day. That's like my biggest advice to staying fresh on the trail and not feeling super gross. I mean, I guess if you were through hiking maybe really, really long, you might have to get a little bit more creative because you don't want to have wet wipes with you all the time. You might instead do like where you'll go get water from a river, maybe a little bit of soap, and you might do that. But if I'm just backpacking 3 to 5 days, I usually just do the wet wipe thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, so just a point I wanted to make is that, you know, be very cognizant if you have like lots of sunscreen on and a lot of chemicals like bug spray on. Like, we don't necessarily want to be getting those into the sensitive environments in nature. So like I don't usually take baths like if there even is a river, A, because it's usually freaking cold and I'm a baby and I don't like to get in the water if it's really cold, but also B, because it is better for the environment. So if you do really want to wash off, like, I recommend getting water and taking it away from that source. So that way you're not like disrupting the ecosystem and stuff like that. I will sometimes like dip my feet in the lake. And I think that kind of leads me, well, one of my other points is like keeping your feet clean is also really essential. So make sure you're doing it, like, that's one thing I'll usually do at night. So like after you finish a long hike, it's nice to put your feet in a like cold lake and just kind of let them de-stress and then like get the dirt off them and the debris, because that debris is what will give you blisters. So just keep your feet clean, let them dry out, let your feet air out, and that's really good. I don't wear deodorant when I backpack. I don't even bring it. Besides wet wipes, the only thing I usually bring is like a little tiny tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush, a tiny toothbrush. And that's pretty much it for that. And the final thing is for my hair. Like, I would just love it if I had fabulous long flowing locks that looked beautiful the entire time I backpacked, but that's just not me. After like one day of backpacking, I get super greasy hair. And so my super trick is I keep it braided pretty much the entire hike. I'll just like do a braid or a French braid or something. And I always have a hat on, except at night when I'm sleeping. So have a hat on, I'll have horrible hat hair, beanie hair or something or whatever. Just hats the entire time. Keeps your sun out of your face, it keeps you warm at night when it's cold, and it disguises your horrible hair. And then at night when nobody's like watching you, that's when you can kind of just let your hair be your hair and live with it and accept it as it is. So I hope those tips were helpful. And I hope they helped explain and like kind of put a visualization to what I specifically bring when I go backpacking. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below this video or in the blog post, or reach out to me anyway, in any platform. So, okay, stay clean and stay fresh. See you guys later.